Haven't been online for a while. Been bawling my eyes out. Excuse how I look, y'all. It's been a really... October's been crazy. Literally insane. So I don't really even care how I look right now on camera because this month has been insane. Oh my God. So my birthday was yesterday, as you all know. My birthday was surreal, magical. I had a lovely day with my family yesterday for my birthday. I worked for majority of my birthday because I wanted to, when I felt like, this month has been so expensive. I mean, October is always the most expensive next to December in reality because of Christmas for most people and, New Year's Eve. So October, November, December is always the most expensive just because of the holidays and people moving and buying things and presents and traveling and, we all know how that goes, right? So I've been really just busy. I mean, just ridiculously busy. And, I'm just going to try to be as transparent as I can. Oh, it's so dark in here. Ew. Look at how dark it is. Like, ew. Get in my car and it's like, it feels so dark. I'm not even going to move until I have to go now repark because they're telling me that I can't pick up. They're telling me that I cannot pick up a simple item. They don't even do in-store pickup anymore. So if you buy something online, you have to park in their spot. It's only curbside. Keep in mind, I only ordered one thing. I only bought one thing. So I thought that, based upon the email, my confirmation, I would just go inside and pick it up. And one second. If I knew that it was that complicated, I would have just went in the store and just bought it myself. But because of the specialty item that it is, I wasn't sure if they're even going to have it in the store. So I said, okay, I'm just going to buy it online, And if I get to the store and they tell me they don't have it in stock, then I'll know that it's a high demand, demand item, or it's not typically, in the store, period, because other similar products to the product I bought online to pick up was out of stock. I've been realizing that change, dollar bills, coins, food, I mean, everything is gone, you all. And this is not the kind of video to entertain nobody or to talk about a particular, issue. This is just from my heart. And, what I've realized with the internet is it's really hard to, separate, what you go through and what your personal opinions are and what you experience versus what, media and society and the internet wants you to feel, think, and move. So I've just come to realize that, that whole facade with, being a YouTuber or uploading or being an influencer or anything to do with online is just way too complicated. I think that I'm just way too pure. I'm just way too real, to try to keep up with any kind of gimmick. That's really how I feel. And I think that the world is just, I've just never seen anything like this in my life. It doesn't matter where I go. It doesn't matter what I do. I have just never seen what I've been seeing, what I've been experiencing in my life, not even in a recession. I can recall when we had the recession and people were using quarters for Chinese takeout, back in the another rough time in history when people had no money, people were getting kicked out of their homes left, right, and center. And this is even worse than that. And I remember those days were pretty dark when people couldn't even afford dinner. working full-time jobs. So now I'm just speechless. I'm speechless, you all. And I'm so sick with how people are acting like, not everybody, but I think when it comes to online, I get sick of how people expect people who have power, have a platform, or are celebrities, or are YouTubers, or are spiritual, to have everything together. I've never been the kind of person to come on here and act like I have all the answers, and to act like nothing affects me. That's not me. You know what I'm saying? And if there's anybody out here who is expecting that from me, you're on the wrong channel. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a real person. I'm not a clone. I'm not a robot. I'm not a troll. I'm not some kind of propaganda YouTube puppet. Like, I'm a real woman. I'm a real person. And I think that because of just the way the internet is, you don't know what to believe. You don't even know if somebody's telling you the truth. And that's dark. If you ask me, if you can listen to somebody and not even know if what they're talking about in their heart is true, you're in a dark time in history. You're living in a world that's very dark. And, you know, people talk about being a star seed, being a light worker, doing all these things. I mean, all I can tell you, all I can honestly say is that I'm way too pure. Like, I am just way too pure for this world. Like, really. Like, I'm so honest. I'm so truthful, to the point that when you're so honest and you're so truthful, people, whether personal or in public or online or whatever, they don't understand where you come from, because where they come from, metaphorically and real speaking, all they've known is struggle, right? All they've known in their universe, in their mind, is torture. I mean, that's what planet Earth, if that's even the real name, is. The 3D plane we're living on is torture. There's no other way to slice it and dice it. Sure, there's some great people that have changed the world who've been killed, sadly. But yes, every once in a blue moon, we have that change maker who gets assassinated, or gets taken out by God knows who, trying to change the world, make it a better place. And it never ceases to fail. Every single time we have somebody on this planet, in particular, okay, in this world, in this country, on this globe, map, whatever, okay, etc., that wants to be a good person, gets shot down. From Princess Diana to Michael Jackson to Martin Luther King to Gandhi, and the list goes on and on and on. I can't think of not one person who's made an impact in a positive way that's not been taken out of here. I can't think of not one. So when I put that math together and I see the direction that the world's going in, I realize that time is over. I realize that the talent and the happy days and the pure lightness of heart of people before social media, right? Before this greed to be famous or Instagram famous, or to get a certain kind of money that makes you something or somebody. If you talk to real people who have a ton of money, it means nothing to them. And that's what's so sad, is that you have the 99.9% of people out here in this world chasing the dollar, the almighty dollar, chasing money, because they think that once they have that money, they're going to be complete, they're going to be happy. No, it's actually the opposite. It's actually the opposite. Because the more things you have, because the more things you have, and the less unhappy you are, the more you'll find that those things cannot make you happy. You can buy a new purse, you can buy a new car, you can even get cosmetic surgery. But if something within yourself is broken, you'll never be able to fix it. You will never, ever be able to fix it. And this is why I don't pity a soul that lives on this planet and is not authentic. I don't pity a celebrity. I don't pity any of you out here. I don't pity anybody period. And that way, because I'm myself. There's only one me. There's only one you. And nobody will ever be you. Nobody will ever be me. And so when we live in this world that is so complex and so dark, most of the time, people don't know how to be, just happy. People don't know how to just gravitate towards positive people. It's like the people who are positive, people question the most, because they're like, oh, how come this person's so happy? How come this person's so carefree? How come this person believes in God? How come this person prays? How come this person is so optimistic? They can't understand it. I've seen this in real time, because the world is so dark that when people find that light, when people find that light, they question it. They overthink it, because they don't understand how somebody could be so pure, whether it's love, whether it's somebody living their dreams, whatever. People don't understand. People just don't understand how to be happy. And I'm not trying to, I'm not even going to put no title or nothing on it. I'm just saying that I've realized that the world is never going to be the same. And I'm not going to keep coming on here and acting like everything's okay when it's not. I've lost a lot of people. I've experienced such a deep connection. I have met so many amazing people in my lifetime, and I'm still so young, and I've learned so much about this world, and I see what's going on. Maybe y'all right now listening to me can't feel what I'm saying, but I see what's going on. I see it, I feel it. Everybody, especially artists who were that beacon of light, who could have been star seeds as well. All right. That's a whole other rabbit hole. I'm not going to get into that, because people don't really know what that is. Only a few really know what I'm talking about when I talk about those things. And so they've left. A lot of these people who are lights, true lights, not commercial lights, not money-making machine lights, not narcissist lights. I'm talking about like real pure spirit. If you even want to go deeper, even Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, the Bible, hello, like even he ain't here. You see what I'm saying? Like all these people that came here, right, to light the path, it's up to us now. You see what I'm saying? They're not here. I can name so many rappers and so many artists and so many people who were that kind of people, were that kind of folk that understood the assignment, that understood what they had to do, the mission they had when they came down here. They're no longer here, people. They don't even exist anymore. Like, to be honest with you, it's a dying breed. It's very rare. And that's why I protect my energy even more now. I'm extremely selective, because I realize that, you know what? I'm not like most people. And I'm not saying it in a weird about way. It's just a lot of us, you watching me on this channel, we're not like other people, and only those who understand what I'm saying are going to get it. Okay. And those who don't get it are not meant to get it. Simple. So, I see the destruction. I see the absolute destruction of this planet. I see the absolute breakdown of morals, of the innocence of children, the wonder of being an adult, the wonder of this world. It's been completely demolished. And I'm not going to say it's just social media. I'm not going to say it's just, this virus. It's a combination. I think it's a combination of just over time, things decaying, people's heart getting smaller, people's sympathy for other people getting smaller. Money is such a profound core of people's lives. And that's really not what should be the most essential. Yes, in terms of paying your bills and having a roof over your head, that is one thing. But to get that money, how do you obtain that money? What are you leaving behind? When you leave this planet, what have you left behind? Nothing but, oh, I've clocked in and clocked out because I want a good paying job. Like, what have you left behind? What is your impact? What is the impact of most human beings that come down here, whether they've chosen it or not? What purpose, what value, what beauty have they given but taken from Mother Earth and abused their partners and abused their family and abused friends and betrayed people and cheated and backstabbed? What else have we done? Majority of people, I'm saying. Majority. So here you have the pain building up and building up. And especially for those who are empaths, or you know you have a certain spiritual gift, you can feel it. You can see it all around you. At least I can. That's what I'm saying. I'm not like most people. I can feel it. I can feel the earth weeping a lot of times. I could see the innocence of children being robbed. From children being robbed, I could see it. Knowing that these same kids are never going to experience what I've experienced. The freedom to just run, you know, in the park without somebody trying to take your child, or, you know, crazy weather, or somebody trying to shoot your child, or somebody trying to, you know, take your child, or wearing, or having to protect your whole body because of something invisible. These kids are never, these kids, their childhood is being robbed from them. And nobody's even stopping and thinking about the children and how they're being impacted, how the younger generations are being impacted with all this mess, including my own, which other generations, not a lot of them, don't seem to care. I've actually had people my parents' age tell me that we're done. Our work is done here. It's up to y'all now. We're going to be leaving soon. You know, we're in our 60s, 70s, 80s. We're not going to be here for much longer. This is your problem. I've had people tell me this. And I'm like, how selfish. You know, you do all this destruction and then you just say, oh, it's your problem now. We don't care. Right? We have diseases. We have pollution. We have shortages. We have all these problems, but it's your problem, right? You know, it's all your problem now because we're old and we want to retire. And so it's, you know, you better give us grandchildren. You better give us grandchildren. You better work till you're 60 or you're not doing the right thing. But yet, what have y'all done? Previous generation, what have y'all done? Y'all have done nothing, practically. Like literally. And I think like this. I know a lot of people don't stop to think about what I'm seeing out here, but I see it. I see it and I'm observing it and I'm like, bro, it's hard to have hope. You know, it's very hard for me to not look at the reality mathematically, financially, spiritually, economically. It's capitulated. Everything is destroyed and everybody is just chasing the dollar. You know, everybody is just chasing that cash, you know, chasing Instagram likes. But yet the planet is dying. We're dying every day. We're not meant to live 100+ years. The medium expectation of life is 80 years and it's gone down as the years go by. The life expectancy is shorter and shorter and shorter because we live in such unclean air. We live in such a dirty environment, no matter where you are, that you're not going to make it. You know, most of us are not going to make it if we're going in the same direction we're going in. So excuse me for not wanting to be gung-ho and talk about a bunch of BS, because that's what it is. Any celebrity right now, and I mean any celebrity, that is just out here for themselves and is not talking about the reality of this world we're living in right now, I have no respect for. I'm not going to waste my breath. Covering certain topics and doing certain videos back in 2020, maybe even early 2021 was all right. Talking about frivolous topics last year was fine. Because we were all thinking that, oh, okay, by the summertime, this is going to be all gone. And look, we're at the end of 2021, people. And it's only gotten worse. It's only gotten worse. So I'm not going to sit up here like everybody else and act like everything is fine when I'm seeing people starving. I can't even count. I cannot even count how many homeless people I've seen. I've had homeless people tap on my window, begging me for money for food. Like on a daily. People are struggling out here. Like starving. The homelessness rate, the poverty, people out of work, people struggling to pay their bills. That's reality to me. Reality is not sitting up on camera looking pretty for nobody. I'm not, but that's not my reality. Like, I live real life. I'm not a fake person. Real can recognize real. I don't have to be fake. I don't have to play a character for y'all. Like, this is me. And those who don't understand that will never understand me and will never, ever truly understand this channel, to be honest with you. Because then they're looking for something that I am not. I am not a commercial robot. I am not a heartless person. I have feelings. I've cried all morning. I mean, I think I've cried for like three or 4 days straight. I'm not a crier. I am not a crier. But when I have a guy coming to my window, banging on my window, starving, that hurts my heart. Because I'm trying to survive too. We all are. I don't care if you want to be vocal about it or be silent. Everybody is battling something. But let me tell you, some people are battling a lot more than what you and I are battling. And you can't turn your cheek and look away, because that's ungodly. You can't at least have a little bit of sympathy for people who are homeless. Like, I've seen it. I've left restaurants and I've seen people sleeping on the side of the corner, bro. That hurts my heart. And how dare anybody who claims that they're a human look past a person homeless and say, oh, not my problem. Like, maybe you don't have anything to give and I don't have anything to give either. But you know what? Your heart, you can still say a prayer, right? You can still say a prayer and say, God, please help this person. God, please send this person some food. Like, damn, people are so cold, man. Like, if I had the money, you think I'm going to let somebody go homeless like that? If I was a multi-million, what are these celebrities doing, bro? What are all these people doing that want to get your money? Like, what are they doing? Tell me. Everything is so hush-hush. Why? Why is everything so hush-hush? See, they don't... I'm back. My phone overheated. I'm back. My phone overheated, so I'm back. Okay, I have to put my air on low. So what I'm simply saying is they don't make good people in that way, whether celebrity or regular. There's something missing. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, this is a whole different world. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are just cold. I don't know how else to explain it. They're focused on the wrong things. Their priorities are all messed up, from politicians to celebrities to the whole lot of it. You know, like, if you're actually a world leader and like a real president, or like, it's freezing. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. I had it on like 60 something because I had to cool down the car. Like, if you're actually a real human being that's trying to help people, like a real person in politics for the right reasons, the world would not look like this. Like, I'm being so honest. Like, I don't care for, to those who are not awake and are not tapped in spiritually, it's gonna go right over your head. You see what I'm saying? Like, everything I'm saying is going to go right over your head. But for those who maybe are just more connected right now, and they're really understanding like the transits and the retrogrades, and like they really do research like I have, you're going to understand that this is just a different era. Like, this is just a turning of a page that is very dark. I have to be honest. And I mean, this is not living. You know, I'm gonna put it in plain English. Like, this is not living. You know, this is like torture. You know, some days I get up and I'm like, this is torture. You know, and maybe it's just me, but for me, I feel a lot. Sometimes I think more than ever, I've been feeling a lot of shifts, a lot of change. And so I'm very connected. And not that I even want to be, it's just sometimes I get downloads, and then I'll go somewhere, I'll be living my regular life, and I'll go in a store and I see what I'm feeling, and it breaks my heart. I have to be honest, because I know that this world this is not how it's supposed to be, people. And I know you may have to listen to this again and really soak in what I'm saying, but this is not how it's supposed to be, okay? Something's gone wrong is what I'm saying, okay? It's like evil, you know, evil is taken over. And all the good people, all the good guys are taking the brunt of it because the bad guys are taking over. That's how it kind of feels to me in a way. It's like all the good people have been suppressed. They've been blackmailed. They've been cast out. They've been shut up. They've been squashed down. They've been ostracized. They've been made fun of. And everybody else who's fake and is going for clicks and views is up, because they're not real. To put it blank, like they're not real. They're not real. They're characters. Do you understand what I'm saying? These people are manufactured, whether it's by an actual company, a figurehead, a country, a society. Okay? These are not real people. There's only a handful of real people left that I see in power and out of power that really understand what's happening here. And those who do understand don't have a voice. They get made fun of. The media makes them look crazy. I've seen it to happen time and time again, to the point where I'm like, there's no hope. You know, it's past the point of no return. It really is. Like, it's really like that bad. And some people can feel that. Some people can pick it up, and others really are just blind, you know, to what's happening here. And they think that, oh, it's whatever, but they're not understanding like the implications of what's really been happening here. They've taken 2 years of your life. All of us, with if you're not in the 5 to 10 up percent, they've taken 2+ years of your life you're never going to get back. You could have had a child. You could have got married. You could have had a business. You could have traveled the world. You didn't do any of that. You couldn't do hardly any of that. You were ball and chained for over 2 years. Let that sink in. And there was no say at all. There was no explanation, really. You just had to obey the rules, whether you liked it or not. But you see, that goes over most people's heads. Whether they believe in whatever, it doesn't matter. That's just the reality. Like, time is going. You know, time is not unlimited in this dimension. Time is limited in this dimension in that way. You know, you're not immortal in this vessel. This vessel is gonna rot and decay, and you're not gonna be here in this vessel anymore at some point. And when you think of it like that, you think, damn, this is really beyond me. So that's just kind of what's on my heart. And until I get, you know, until I get a go ahead from God, because you see, I'm very connected to God, And I don't live a life of shame and pain. I live a life of forgiveness and peace and prosperity. That's my life. So whenever I feel like the world around me is on some sick shit, I disconnect. And that's with anything, with people, with online, with YouTube, with celebrity. I just go away because I know that that's not what's important. You know, what's important is all these people who have lost their jobs, are homeless, are sick, have had people who are sick. In fact, this is so fake, right? Everyone's saying it's so fake. My dad's fiance literally got it, like, and her daughter. It's so fake, right? I know people who've died from this, and yet they say it's so fake. Like, this is warfare. What are people not understanding? Like, this is impacted everything. This is not just your health. This is every nook and cranny that they're hitting. It's an attack. Like, that's what it is. You know, that's basically what it is. And I there's nothing normal about this. You know, there's nothing normal about this. And I'm not going to continue to act like this is normal. I'm not going to do that, because it's not, y'all. It's not. You know, this does not feel right to me. And maybe it's just me, and so be it. But for me, this is not life. This feels like hell. I feel like I'm living in hell. You know, like if I never had another day in my life where I remember when I was so carefree, so happy, I could go outside and breathe the air in, and be around friends and laugh and smile and have hope. I don't have that. You know, I don't have that. And I'm just being honest. Like, that is gone. It's gone. And so between me and God, I say to God all the time, like, if I'm never going to feel that way again, I don't want to be here. I'm being so real with you. I don't want to be in a world like this, because people are sick, and all they care about is how they're narcissists, they're vain, they're evil as hell, and they're sick. I don't belong here. I don't belong on this planet with these people. I don't belong here. I don't belong here. And I know that. You know? And that's why I question. I question this all, because I'm like, dang, if this is really what they say it is, you know, in terms of twin flames and star seeds and all, and healer, all this, it would make a lot of sense. But I didn't know it was going to be like this. You know, I may have bit off more than I could chew. Like, this is beyond me. And then you want me to go out in this world and come back on here and help y'all? Like privately? When I'm crying every morning, I'm not just crying, I'm bawling. I'm weeping. I am weeping. This is like, I don't even have any words. I'm numb. I'm crying, but I'm numb. That's how bad it is. I'm crying, but I'm numb. And that's what scares me. It's like, I'm still feeling something, but I can't feel it. That's how sick it is. That's how crazy this is. You know? And it was emotional for me, because I'm like, man, God keeps having me here. You know, every day I get up and I'm still here. I'm kind of shocked. I'm like, why am I still here? You know, I didn't sign up for this. You see what I'm saying? Like, regardless of twin flame, all those labels, all those that confusion, I don't care about. I'm saying in general, like, this is not life to me. This is just torture. Like, really. You know, I've been crying 4 days in a row because I'm like, I miss home. I don't even want to tell y'all what home is. But it's like, I'm missing home. You know, I'm missing like my essence, because this world is trying to pull me apart, trying to break me down just to survive. Like, that's how I feel. You know, I'm completely sane. I'm completely healthy. I'm here talking to y'all. It's nothing like on that spectrum. I'm just saying in general, I know what I know. Spiritually, I know what I'm feeling. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. I had this feeling from 2018. If y'all were paying attention from 2018, I was telling y'all everything's about to be broken down. Everything's about to be shut down. Everything's about to burst. The bubble's about to burst. I was saying this from 2018. It's over. Like, it's basically over. Nothing dramatic, nothing. This is it. Like, this is it. You know, it's either humanity can get it right or that's it, folks. We're all gonna leave this planet one day, and these kids are not even gonna have a pot to piss in. They're not gonna have any land. People really are not getting it. And that's what's so sick to me is while you're chasing the flashy this and the flashy that, your kids are not gonna have a future. You know? I know Prince William was speaking of this to some degree. You know, and I don't know what the genuine, you know, agenda is behind that, because now you have to question what their agendas are, right? And why they're saying what they're saying. But I know that Prince William was saying something very similar, and I think that what he was saying about billionaires racing to space but they can't fix here is pretty spot on. How we see all these billionaires, right? All these billionaires going to space, but they can't even fix here. I mean, it just speaks volumes. Like, it literally, if you really pay attention, it speaks volumes. It really does. So, you know, I miss those days. I look back and excuse me, but I look back, you know, I look back and I look around me and I'm like, this is torture, you know, really. And if I never get the chance again to just breathe the air that I'm breathing in my lungs and have a genuine smile on my face, then I don't want to be here, because that's not life to me. Life to me is joy. Life to me is outreach. Life to me is prosperity. And all I see is majority of people being abused, being taken advantage of, being underpaid, you know, not being able to afford healthy food, while everybody else, you know, who's mega wealthy can jump from house to house to house. But yet most of us out here, if we're being honest, couldn't even afford some of our bills. You know, we couldn't even, you know, put food on the table sometimes. You know, how is that fair? You know, when I was younger, when I was a little girl, I would always say to my mom, and I would say to my parents, like, when I meet God one day, I'm gonna have a lot of questions for him. You know, or her, it, whatever. Okay, just putting a, you know, Jodea lens on it, but it's it, really. There's not a he or she, okay, in that context. So don't get your panties in a bunch. But for just the sake of it, you know, I would say when I get to heaven or whatever, I have a lot of questions for God, you know, because I look around me and it's just not right. Something's not right. Okay. And a lot of people will not admit that, will not have the balls to say it, but I'll say it. Something's wrong. Not only with the planet we're living on, but the kind of people, you know, abusing people, killing people, broad daylight, like it's nothing, you know, on a big scale. So something is not right here, you know, where if you don't even feel comfortable walking down the street because you think that something's going to happen to you, that's not living. That is like you're living in hell. You must be in a hellish dimension. We must be in some kind of hellish dimension where we've been kicked out of something. I don't know, but this don't seem right to me, you know. And I asked why it froze, but yeah, when you have a certain kind of heart, you know, a lot of things just don't fly. You know, a lot of things you just will not accept, whether it's abuse, somebody talking down to somebody, poverty, extreme, you know, sick death. I mean, if these things are not normal, but in this planet, we make it seem like this is great, you know, this is fine. Like, everybody's being a bully and pushing people around and being aggressive and fighting for this, and that's normal to y'all. It ain't normal to me. You know, I don't operate like that. I don't have that kind of energy in my body. You know, I just don't. Like, I don't understand that. So, you know, I just think I'm just too pure. You know, I'm just too pure for this world. And a lot of things that I talk about, only some people understand. I realize that. Most people, all they focus on is money, how they can be more powerful, how they can be better, or how they can be better than somebody else. That's all I see. That's all I've ever seen. Most people that are actually pure, they have to be very careful. They have to be always looking behind their shoulder. You see what I'm saying? Being very selective with the kind of people they have around them, because most people are not like that. You know, most people just want to take and take and take and take and take. And when you finally have your hand out, they don't even know what you're talking about. They say, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about." You know, they disappear. You know, even twin flames do it. You know what I'm saying? We've heard the stories. So, you know, I don't know, you all. I just think that the years, I mean, what's so indescribable, hopefully I'm saying the word right. I don't know if I am or not. I'm not sure if I'm saying that word right or not. But what's so indescribable to me is that so much time has passed, you know what I'm saying? And I think of all the things I could have done, you know, the family I could have seen, that I'm never going to get the time back. You know, all of us, we're never going to get the time back. You know, once it's gone, it's gone. And that's what's so painful, is we can't get that back. And we still don't know how this all happened. Sure, they could tell us it's this, it's that, it's from this country. Yeah, but we don't know, you know? We don't know, and it's definitive why this is all happening. We don't know. You know, when you go to the spiritual perspective, then it opens up. You know what I'm saying? If you just stay on the political and the scientific spectrum of it, you're gonna be left with more questions than answers. But as soon as you shift over to the galaxies, the universe, you know, where we live, where we're located, what we're experiencing, then you get answers. So life naturally, inherently, is spiritual. And that's also a mouthful within itself. You know, the fact that you can cross paths with somebody and you get deja vu, you feel like you've known the person, you know, you share this moment in time. I've had that happen to me so many times where I've gone places and people, they recognize me, and I'm like, and I want to ask a question, but I don't even bother. I don't even bother. You know, when they look at me, they say, "Oh, you look familiar. I know you from somewhere." I don't even have no words, because I get it all the time. Doesn't matter where I go. It doesn't matter where I go. So, you know, all I will say is, God, whatever that ultimately is, you know, somebody in the clouds plus three other people, entities, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? God, the all-seeing, all-knowing, has the answers, and we don't have those answers. And so during this time, that's who I'm close to. I'm close to God. I'm not close to Instagram. I'm not close to these celebrities. I ain't close to TMZ. I ain't close to E! News. I'm not close to Daily Mail. I'm not close to CNN, Fox News. I'm not close to none of that, because that can't help me, and that damn sure can't help you. Okay, I'm close to God, because that's the only thing that is making sense to me, is God. Everything else to me don't make no sense. That's how I feel. So, you know, until I feel called to upload for you all, when I upload for you all, I'm not worried about anything to do with this channel. I'm not worried, period. You know what I'm saying? I'm not chasing nothing. I'm not begging for nothing. I'm not even advertising nothing. That's how deep it is for me at this point. I'm not in that illusion. I'm not in that matrix of chase this and you feel empty after. I've been there, seen there, done that, right? This is the end game. You know, this is the end game. And this is at a point where I see the world going in such a dark direction that I can't help, I can't help but to pause and ponder, and not obsessively, but just take it all in. Like, this is really happening right now. We're still living our lives. We're still going here, going there, rushing here, errands, work, blah, 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 blah. But when do we actually just get to sit and take all this in? Has anybody really had a chance to do that? I mean, the fact that we're still all having to work in the pandemic, speaks volumes. Because if I was a president, I wouldn't do that. I would never demand people to have to do that. Like, I would find a way around that, or at least give them a chance to pick their own schedule, for God's sake, or something, anything. People getting exposed, people getting sick, dropping like flies because they don't have a choice. They got bills to pay. And that's just so inhumane to me. That is just not who we are, who God designed us to be. That's not inherently who we are. I don't think it is, but it's just the way the world has become and the way it's been for centuries, where this is what we think is normal. We think it's normal to hurt each other. We think it's normal to have to fight for our meals and fight for this, and we think it's normal. But if you take out the barbaric, the animalistic energy out of everything, the ego, you'll see that it's just not normal. It's just not sane. It's not normal. But this is what we think is normal. So we live like this. We live in this chaos every day. And I get tired of it. So yeah, the past 4 days, I've been crying. I've been just getting up and just crying, just weeping. Crying is not the word. It's weeping, sobbing, weeping, mourning for so many things, mourning for so many things that I can't even describe in the short amount of time on this video. But anyway, you all, that's where my heart is at. And I know a lot of people are not going to understand what I'm saying. I don't expect people to understand what I'm saying, but I'm not going to act like this is not what's happening, because it is. There's no amount of money somebody could put in my face to have me not focus on how I feel and take care of myself. There's no price tag on peace. There's no price tag on peace. There's no price tag on time. You could be a multi-billionaire, and you can't go to any place in this world and say, I would like to buy more time. You can't do it. Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, you can have millions and trillions of dollars, and you cannot go in a bank, you can't go nowhere and say, I would like to buy two more years for $2 million. You can't do it. You can't do it. So it's deeper than that. It's way deeper than just what you see with your naked eye. It's way deeper than that. It's so much deeper. It speaks to who we are as a humanity. But I fear that people are going to forget that. They're not going to see that. And then when all said and done, they're going to go right back to business, and they're not going to see how sick and twisted this all is. They're not going to see it. I'm telling you. And the next generation is going to pick it up again, and we're going to be even worse in reality. And they're going to come back and say, oh, well, they didn't do anything. It's going to be the same domino crap, the same, tossing the baton, and nothing gets done. So it's unfortunate. I just see that for what it is, from every angle. I see it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? And, it's like you're stuck here, in this matrix, if you will. It's like you're stuck. And, this is not fun. At least have life be somewhat fun. What I've experienced, what I've been seeing, what I've been feeling is this is torture. And I'm just being so honest. And until God gives me the release and the mission and the reason and the purpose to keep doing videos, I have no reason to just pump out anything. You know, if I feel a nudge to do a video, I'll do it, but I have no reason to force myself or to not talk about things that I actually think are important versus things that are not actually important. And that's just how I feel, y'all. So thank you for watching. I'm going to get off here. My phone's going to go dead. I got to go repark and pick up this item, but I just wanted y'all to know that my birthday was yesterday, and it's been a very emotional, nostalgic, just rewind recap of just the past 2 years, going the third year of this. We're still in it, and I'm mind blown. I'm mind blown at the lack of empathy, the lack of sympathy, the complete dissolution of what we're living. I'm disappointed, I'm sad, I'm heartbroken. I feel like we're just kind of out of hope, you know, and I feel like we're kind of just at the end of the road, and I feel that a lot of people can't see that, and it's sad. And hopefully we can, you know, make some kind of change before then. But, you know, I feel that it's kind of past the point of return at this point. So I don't know what to tell y'all, but, you know, expect more shortages. You know, money is being run out. We have no coins. We have no cash. I've been in multiple places where they have none of these things. And who knows if it's even going to come back. So you all stay safe, stay healthy, okay? Bye.